Have you ever felt that your happiness is not in your own hands, but seemingly controlled by someone else? Do you often find yourself pondering why you're so profoundly influenced by the opinions of others? Or found that you've inadvertently handed over your power to people who frankly don't merit it? Envision a scenario where you wake up one day with the epiphany that no individual's views or actions have the power to disturb your tranquility. Imagine yourself traversing through life's challenges with an assured confidence, secure in the knowledge that your inner fortitude is steadfast and impervious. What if you had the opportunity to reclaim your autonomy and lead a life characterized by both freedom and elation? Let's deliberate on a straightforward metaphor. Imagine you are holding a glass filled with water. If an individual were to bump into you inadvertently, you might spill some water. But if you maintain a firm grip, regardless of how many times you are jostled, the water remains safely within the glass. In this analogy, the glass symbolizes your peace of mind, and the water within it represents your joy. Do not permit others the power to cause your glass to spill. Lesson 1. Understanding power in Buddhism. Buddhism teaches us that true power comes from within. It's about finding peace and strength in ourselves rather than relying on external validation. When we understand this, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. In today's society, it's easy to let others influence our emotions and decisions. Social media, peer pressure, and even family expectations can make us feel like we're not in control. However, Buddhism offers a different perspective. It encourages us to look inward and find our own path to happiness. Buddha once said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." This quote reminds us that our journey is our own. We have the power to shape our destiny and our state of mind. By embracing mindfulness, we can become more aware of our thoughts and feelings. This awareness helps us recognize when we're giving our power away. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose to respond thoughtfully and maintain our inner peace. Another key aspect is letting go of attachment. Often, we give power to others because we're attached to their approval or afraid of their disapproval. By letting go of these attachments, we free ourselves from their control. Practicing compassion towards ourselves and others also plays a crucial role. When we are kind to ourselves, we build inner strength. When we are compassionate towards others, we understand their actions better and are less likely to be hurt by them. Ego and attachment are closely related. Our ego craves validation and control, making us vulnerable to external influences. Buddhism teaches us to transcend our ego, finding true power in humility and self-awareness. It's important to remember that reclaiming our power is a journey, not a destination. Every step we take towards self-awareness and inner peace brings us closer to true empowerment. In the following parts of this video series, we will delve deeper into these concepts, providing practical advice and transformative insights to help you reclaim your power. We'll explore the illusion of control, the importance of inner peace, and how to cultivate resilience. Stay tuned and join us on this enlightening journey. By the end of the series, you'll have the tools and understanding to stop giving power to others and start living a life of true freedom and joy. Lesson number 1. Understanding power in Buddhism. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to have power? In our world, we often think of power as something external, authority, wealth, or influence over others. But what if true power is something entirely different? Buddhism offers a profound perspective on power that might just change the way you see your life. Imagine for a moment that you are like a calm, deep lake. The surface might get disturbed by winds and storms, but the depths remain untouched. This is a beautiful metaphor for inner power in Buddhism. Your true power lies deep within you, unshaken by the external world. Buddhism teaches that real power comes from within, not from controlling others or external circumstances. It's about mastering your own mind and emotions. Think of it as a superpower that helps you stay peaceful and centered no matter what happens around you. One of the key teachings of Buddhism is that clinging to external power is an illusion. When we chase after things outside ourselves to feel powerful, we often end up feeling more insecure and anxious. Have you ever noticed that the more you try to control everything around you, the more stressed you become? Instead, Buddhism encourages us to look inward. By understanding our own minds, we can find a source of strength that is much more reliable. This inner power is unshakable because it doesn't depend on anything outside of us. Now let's delve a bit deeper. According to Buddhist teachings, our minds are incredibly powerful. They shape our perceptions, our experiences, and our reality. By training our minds, we can transform our lives. This is the essence of Buddhist practice. One simple yet powerful practice is mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's like shining a light on your inner world. When you practice mindfulness, you start to see how your thoughts and emotions can either empower or disempower you. Another key aspect of Buddhist teachings is understanding the nature of impermanence. Everything in life is constantly changing, and trying to hold on to things or control them is like trying to hold water in your hands. By accepting this, we can let go of the need to control and find peace within. Buddhism also emphasizes compassion, both for ourselves and others. When we are kind to ourselves, we nurture our inner strength. When we are compassionate towards others, we create a supportive environment that helps everyone feel empowered. Let's consider the concept of non-attachment. Non-attachment doesn't mean you don't care about anything. Instead, it means you don't cling desperately to things or outcomes. You appreciate them, but you also understand that they are not the source of your true power or happiness. A practical way to cultivate inner power is through meditation. Meditation helps calm the mind and allows you to connect with your deeper self. It's like tuning into a peaceful, powerful frequency that is always there, just waiting for you. Think about the times when you felt truly powerful. Was it when you dominated someone else? Or was it when you felt calm, confident, and in control of yourself? Buddhism teaches us to find that power within and nurture it. It's important to remember that this journey to inner power is not about perfection. It's about progress and practice. Every step you take towards understanding and mastering your mind is a step towards true power. So, how can you start? Begin with small daily practices like mindfulness and meditation. Reflect on your thoughts and emotions and try to understand them without judgment. Be kind to yourself and remember that real power comes from within. Lesson number 2. The illusion of control. In our daily lives, we often feel the need to control everything around us. We want to manage our jobs, relationships, and even the future. This desire for control is natural, but it can lead to stress and disappointment. Imagine planning a perfect day, only for it to be ruined by unexpected rain. It's frustrating, right? But what if we told you that this frustration comes from a deeper place, a place that Buddhism can help us understand? In Buddhism, there's a concept that much of our suffering comes from trying to control things that are beyond our control. Think about it. How much time do we spend worrying about what might happen tomorrow or what others think of us? This constant need to control can drain our energy and peace of mind. Buddhism teaches that the idea of control is an illusion. We can influence some things, but we can't control everything. For example, you can work hard and do your best in your job, but you can't control the economy or your boss's decisions. Realizing this can be a huge relief and a step towards inner peace. Consider the story of a man who tried to catch the wind with a net. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't do it. This story reminds us of how futile it is to try and control everything. The wind, like many aspects of life, is beyond our grasp. The more we try to catch it, the more we exhaust ourselves. Instead of trying to control the wind, what if we learn to sail? By adjusting our sails, we work with the wind, not against it. This is a metaphor for life. By accepting what we cannot control and adjusting our attitudes and actions, we can navigate life more smoothly. Imagine you're in a boat on a river. You can steer and choose your path, but you can't control the current or the weather. By accepting this and focusing on your rowing, you can enjoy the journey instead of fighting against the flow. This is the essence of embracing the illusion of control. When we stop trying to control everything, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. We become more flexible, adaptable, and resilient. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means focusing our energy on what we can change and letting go of the rest. In Buddhism, this concept is closely related to the idea of impermanence. Everything is constantly changing. Clinging to the idea of control is like trying to hold on to sand. The tighter we grip, the more it slips through our fingers. Let's take a moment to reflect on how often we get upset about things we can't control: traffic, weather, other people's actions. These are all beyond our control. By accepting this, we can reduce our stress and focus on what truly matters. Think about a time when something didn't go as planned. How did you react? Did you get angry or frustrated? What if, instead, you accepted it and adapted? This shift in perspective can make a huge difference in our mental and emotional well-being. The illusion of control can also impact our relationships. We often try to change others to fit our expectations, but just like we can't control the weather, we can't control other people. Accepting them as they are can lead to more harmonious relationships. This doesn't mean we shouldn't set goals or have ambitions. It means we should be realistic about what we can control and what we can't. We can set a goal to be healthier, for example, but we can't control every aspect of our health. In Buddhism, letting go of the illusion of control is seen as a path to enlightenment. It's about finding peace within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. When we stop trying to control everything, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Meditation is a powerful tool in this process. By meditating, we learn to observe our thoughts and let go of the need to control them. This practice helps us develop a more peaceful and accepting mindset. Imagine the freedom of living without the constant pressure to control everything. You can focus on what you can change, enjoy the present moment, and let go of the rest. This is the peace that Buddhism offers. As we continue our journey, let's remember that control is an illusion. By letting go of this illusion, we can find true inner peace and strength. This doesn't mean we become passive. It means we become wiser and more focused on what truly matters. In the next part, we'll explore how inner peace and self-empowerment are deeply connected. Stay tuned and remember, you have the power to navigate life with wisdom and serenity. Lesson number 3: Inner peace and self-empowerment. Inner peace is the foundation of true self-empowerment. Without it, our lives can feel chaotic and out of control. Buddhism teaches us that the path to inner peace lies within us. When we focus on our own mind and heart, we can unlock a sense of calm and strength that no one can take away from us. Imagine you're in a stormy sea, tossed around by the waves. This is what life feels like when we let external events control our emotions. But what if you could find a way to stay calm, no matter how rough the waters get? This is what inner peace offers us. Inner peace doesn't mean that we avoid challenges or that we never feel upset. Instead, it means that we learn to respond to life's difficulties with a calm mind and a steady heart. We become like a tree with deep roots, unshaken by the winds of change. One way to cultivate inner peace is through meditation. In Buddhism, meditation is a powerful tool for calming the mind and connecting with our inner selves. By sitting quietly and focusing on our breath, we can learn to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. This practice helps us to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and fosters a sense of tranquility that permeates all aspects of our lives. Another important aspect of inner peace is self-acceptance. We often give our power away by doubting ourselves or by trying to live up to others' expectations. Buddhism teaches us to embrace who we are, flaws and all. This doesn't mean we stop striving to improve, but rather that we accept ourselves as we are in this moment. Self-empowerment comes from knowing that we are enough just as we are. When we stop seeking validation from others, we reclaim our power. We no longer need to fit into someone else's mold. We can be true to ourselves. Mindfulness is another key practice in Buddhism that helps us find inner peace. By staying present in each moment, we can reduce anxiety and stress. When we're mindful, we're fully engaged in what we're doing, whether it's eating, walking, or working. This presence of mind brings a sense of peace and satisfaction. Have you ever noticed how children are often so present in the moment? They get completely absorbed in what they're doing, whether it's playing or exploring. This natural mindfulness is something we can learn from and strive to incorporate into our own lives. It's also important to cultivate a compassionate heart. When we treat ourselves and others with kindness and understanding, we create a more peaceful world around us. Compassion connects us to others and reminds us that we're all in this together. Forgiveness is a powerful way to find inner peace. Holding on to grudges and anger only hurts us in the long run. Buddhism teaches us that forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. It frees us from the past and allows us to move forward with a lighter heart. We must also be mindful of our environment. Surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people and creating a peaceful living space can greatly enhance our sense of inner peace. Just as a garden needs the right conditions to flourish, so do we. Inner peace and self-empowerment go hand in hand. When we cultivate inner peace, we naturally become more empowered. We start to see that we have the ability to shape our own lives, regardless of external circumstances. It's also helpful to practice gratitude. By focusing on what we're thankful for, we shift our perspective from what's lacking to what's abundant. Gratitude brings a sense of contentment and peace. Remember, the journey to inner peace is a lifelong practice. It's not about reaching a final destination, but about continually growing and learning. Every step we take towards inner peace is a step towards self-empowerment. In Buddhism, we learn that everything is interconnected. Our thoughts, actions, and feelings all influence each other. By nurturing positive thoughts and actions, we cultivate a more peaceful and empowered state of being. As you continue on this path, be gentle with yourself. There will be times when you feel off balance or overwhelmed. This is natural. The key is to keep returning to your practices and to remember that inner peace is always within your reach. So take a deep breath. Know that you have the power to create your own inner peace. With each mindful breath and compassionate action, you're reclaiming your power and stepping into a more peaceful, empowered version of yourself. Lesson number 4: Mindfulness and Letting Go. Welcome to Lesson 4 of our journey on not giving power to others. Today we'll delve into the transformative concepts of mindfulness and letting go, powerful tools inspired by Buddhism that can help us reclaim our personal power and live more fulfilling lives. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of peace and clarity, feeling in control of your emotions and thoughts. What if you could navigate life's challenges with a calm, steady mind? This is what mindfulness offers. It's a practice that brings us into the present moment, allowing us to experience life fully and let go of what doesn't serve us. Mindfulness is about paying attention, but not just any kind of attention. It's a focused, gentle awareness of the present. When we are mindful, we are not lost in the past or worrying about the future. We are here, now, fully engaged with the present moment. This simple yet profound practice can change the way we experience life. Think about how often our minds are scattered. We're driving, but thinking about work. We're at work, but thinking about home. This constant mental juggling drains our energy and gives away our power. Mindfulness helps us reclaim that energy, grounding us in the present and making us more effective in everything we do. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is that attachment leads to suffering. We often cling to thoughts, feelings, and outcomes, hoping to control them, but in reality, this attachment only creates more stress and frustration. By practicing mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means releasing our grip on things we cannot control. It's about accepting things as they are and responding wisely rather than reacting impulsively. This shift in perspective can empower us to handle life's ups and downs with grace. Consider the story of a monk who carried a heavy load on his back. When asked why he didn't put it down, he replied, "Because I forgot I was carrying it." Often we carry emotional burdens without realizing it. Mindfulness helps us become aware of these burdens so we can set them down and move forward more freely. To practice mindfulness, start with your breath. Notice the sensation of each inhale and exhale. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. This simple exercise trains your mind to stay present. Over time, you'll find it easier to remain calm and centered, no matter what's happening around you. Another powerful technique is mindful walking. Pay attention to each step, the feeling of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your movement. This practice grounds you in the present and connects you with your body, helping you let go of mental clutter. Mindfulness isn't just for meditation. You can bring this awareness into everyday activities. When eating, savor each bite. When listening, truly hear the other person. These small shifts can have a big impact on your well-being and relationships. Buddhism teaches that our mind shapes our reality. By practicing mindfulness, we can reshape our experience of the world. We become less reactive and more responsive, less stressed and more at peace. This inner calm radiates outward, influencing our interactions and decisions. Letting go is a natural extension of mindfulness. As we become more present, we see things more clearly. We recognize what's within our control and what isn't. This clarity allows us to release our attachment to outcomes and trust the process of life. In this journey of not giving power to others, mindfulness and letting go are essential tools. They help us reclaim our power by grounding us in the present and freeing us from unnecessary burdens. When we are mindful, we are in control of our inner world, regardless of external circumstances. As you integrate mindfulness into your life, you'll notice a shift. Challenges become opportunities for growth. Stressful situations become manageable, and you'll feel more connected to yourself and others, creating a ripple effect of positivity and empowerment. Remember, mindfulness is a practice, not a perfection. Be patient with yourself as you cultivate this new way of being. Each moment of mindfulness brings you closer to reclaiming your power and living a more authentic, joyful life. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of mindfulness and letting go. We hope these insights inspire you to embrace the present moment and release what no longer serves you. Stay tuned for the next part of our series, where we'll continue to uncover the wisdom of Buddhism in reclaiming our personal power. Lesson number 5: Compassion and Inner Strength. Welcome back to Wisdom Woven, where we delve into life-changing insights to help you reclaim your power and live more fully. Today, we're exploring the profound connection between compassion and inner strength. Compassion is often seen as a soft or weak quality, but in reality, it's one of the most powerful forces we can cultivate. Buddhism teaches us that true strength comes from a place of compassion, both for ourselves and others. Imagine a situation where someone has wronged you. The immediate reaction might be anger or a desire for revenge. But what if you approach the situation with compassion instead? This doesn't mean condoning their actions, but understanding that everyone is fighting their own battles. When we respond with compassion, we're not letting others walk all over us. Instead, we're taking control of our emotions and choosing a path that leads to peace and inner strength. Compassion allows us to break free from the cycle of negativity and resentment. In Buddhism, the practice of loving kindness, or metta, is key to developing compassion. This practice involves sending out thoughts of love and kindness to ourselves, our loved ones, strangers, and even those who have hurt us. It might sound simple, but it has a profound effect on our inner strength. By practicing loving kindness, we cultivate a heart that is open and resilient. We learn to see beyond our immediate reactions and tap into a deeper sense of empathy. This not only strengthens our relationships, but also builds our own emotional resilience. Think of compassion as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And just like building physical strength, it requires patience and consistent effort. But the rewards are immense: a calmer mind, a more open heart, and a stronger sense of self. One common misconception is that being compassionate makes us vulnerable. In reality, it's the opposite. Compassionate people are often the strongest because they have the inner fortitude to face difficulties with grace and understanding. Buddhism also teaches us that compassion for ourselves is equally important. We are often our own harshest critics. By showing ourselves the same kindness we would offer a friend, we build a foundation of self-respect and inner strength. Self-compassion doesn't mean indulging in self-pity or making excuses for our shortcomings. It means recognizing our flaws, accepting them, and working to improve ourselves from a place of love and understanding. Let's take a moment to reflect on how we can apply this in our daily lives. The next time you feel anger or frustration, try to pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself how you can respond with compassion. How can you turn this moment into an opportunity for growth? Remember, compassion doesn't mean accepting harmful behavior or neglecting your own needs. It's about finding a balance where you can stand firm in your boundaries while maintaining an open heart. By incorporating compassion into your life, you'll notice a shift in how you interact with others and how you feel about yourself. You'll find that challenges become easier to navigate and your relationships become richer and more fulfilling. Compassion also has a ripple effect. When you show kindness and understanding, it encourages others to do the same. This creates a more positive and supportive environment for everyone. In times of conflict, compassion can be a powerful tool for resolution. It helps us to communicate more effectively, listen more deeply, and find common ground, even in the most difficult situations. Let's make a commitment today to practice compassion in our daily lives, whether it's through small acts of kindness or simply taking a moment to understand someone else's perspective. Every action counts. As we wrap up this part of our series, Remember that compassion and inner strength go hand in hand. By embracing compassion, you're not only helping others, but also building a stronger, more resilient you. Lesson number 6. The role of ego and attachment. Welcome back to Wisdom Woven. In today's episode, we're diving into a fascinating aspect of Buddhism that profoundly affects our lives: the role of ego and attachment. Understanding these concepts can help us reclaim our power and live more authentically. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the opinions of others, or found yourself clinging to things or people, hoping they'd bring you happiness? These feelings often stem from our ego and attachments. The ego, in Buddhism, isn't just about arrogance. It's the part of us that constantly seeks validation and fears rejection. It's that voice inside that says, "I need to be seen as successful," or "I can't be wrong." Attachments, on the other hand, are the things we cling to, believing they are essential for our happiness. This could be a job, a relationship, or even a particular outcome in life. Imagine holding onto a rope tied to a heavy weight. The tighter you grip, the more exhausted you become. That's what attachments do to our mind and soul. They drain our energy and rob us of our peace. Buddhism teaches us that by letting go of our ego and attachments, we can find true freedom. But how do we start this process? The first step is awareness. Recognize when your ego is speaking or when you're holding on too tightly to something. Next, practice mindfulness. When you catch yourself getting swept up in the need for approval or clinging to an outcome, take a deep breath. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Remember, it's okay to have desires and goals. The problem arises when we become overly attached to them, believing they define our worth. True power comes from within, not from external validation or possessions. Letting go of ego and attachments doesn't mean you stop caring about things or become indifferent. It means you approach life with a sense of detachment, understanding that your value isn't tied to external factors. Meditation can be a powerful tool in this journey. By sitting quietly and observing your thoughts, you can start to see patterns of attachment and ego. This awareness is the first step towards change. Buddhist teachings suggest that by reducing our ego and attachments, we can experience greater joy and contentment. We become less reactive to life's ups and downs and more resilient in the face of challenges. Think of it like decluttering your mind. Just as cleaning your living space can bring a sense of calm and order, letting go of mental clutter can lead to inner peace. Engage in self-reflection. Ask yourself why you feel the need for certain validations or why you're holding on to specific things. Understanding the root of these feelings can help you address them more effectively. It's also helpful to practice gratitude. Focusing on what you have rather than what you lack or fear losing can shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Surround yourself with supportive people who understand and respect your journey. Sharing your experiences and learning from others can provide encouragement and insight. Remember, this isn't an overnight transformation. It's a continuous practice. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. In Buddhism, the ultimate goal is to achieve enlightenment, a state free from suffering. While we may not all reach enlightenment, we can still benefit from these teachings in our daily lives. By letting go of ego and attachments, we can reclaim our power and live more authentically. This doesn't mean life will be free of challenges, but it does mean we'll face them with a stronger, more resilient spirit. Lesson number 7. Practical steps to reclaim your power. Have you ever felt like life's circumstances have wrested control away from you? It's a common feeling, but the good news is you hold the power to reclaim it. In this segment, we're delving into practical steps rooted in Buddhist wisdom that can empower you to take charge of your life. Imagine a boat on a stormy sea. The waves are crashing, the winds are howling, and it feels like you're being tossed around with no control. But amidst the chaos, there's an anchor, a stable point that keeps the boat from drifting away. Similarly, in life, your inner anchor is your source of strength and stability. One crucial step in reclaiming your power is to cultivate self-awareness. Take time to observe your thoughts, emotions, and reactions without judgment. By understanding yourself better, you can identify patterns that disempower you and work towards changing them. Another powerful practice is mindfulness. It's about being fully present in the moment without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When you're mindful, you can respond to challenges with clarity and grace rather than reacting impulsively. Letting go is another essential aspect of reclaiming your power. It's about releasing attachments to outcomes and accepting things as they are. When you let go of the need to control every aspect of your life, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open the door to new possibilities. Moreover, setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining your power. It's okay to say no to things that drain your energy or compromise your values. Boundaries protect your well-being and ensure that you're directing your energy towards what truly matters to you. Additionally, practicing gratitude can shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a sense of contentment and resilience. Gratitude reminds you of your inherent worth and strengthens your connection to the present moment. Furthermore, forgiveness is a powerful tool for reclaiming your power. Holding on to grudges only weighs you down, while forgiveness sets you free. By letting go of past hurts, you reclaim your power and create space for healing and growth. Self-care is non-negotiable when it comes to reclaiming your power. Prioritize activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul, whether it's exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, so make self-care a priority. Moreover, surround yourself with supportive and uplifting people who encourage your growth and celebrate your successes. A strong support network can provide invaluable guidance and perspective as you navigate life's challenges. In addition, cultivate a growth mindset, a belief that you can learn and grow from every experience, regardless of how challenging it may be. Embrace setbacks as opportunities for growth and resilience, rather than seeing them as failures. Finally, take inspired action towards your goals and dreams. Break them down into manageable steps and take consistent, intentional action towards them. Remember, you have the power to create the life you desire. It's just a matter of taking the first step. So, are you ready to reclaim your power? Start by incorporating these practical steps into your life and watch as you step into your authentic power and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Lesson number 8. Overcoming external influences. Breaking free from the chains of external influence is a vital step in reclaiming your personal power. Imagine living in a world where you're bombarded with opinions, expectations, and judgments from every direction. It's like being caught in a storm, constantly buffeted by the winds of others' desires and agendas. But here's the thing. You don't have to be at the mercy of these external influences. You have the power to break free and chart your own course. Think about how often you find yourself doing things just to please others or to fit in. Maybe you dress a certain way because it's what's expected of you, or you pursue a career path because it's what your parents want. But deep down, you know that these choices aren't true to who you are. It's time to reclaim your autonomy and live life on your own terms. One of the keys to overcoming external influences is self-awareness. By taking the time to understand your own values, priorities, and goals, you create a solid foundation from which to navigate the world. Instead of being swayed by the opinions of others, you can confidently make decisions that align with your authentic self. But self-awareness is just the beginning. You also need to cultivate a strong sense of inner strength and resilience. This means learning to trust yourself and your instincts, even when faced with doubt or criticism from others. It's about recognizing that you are the ultimate authority in your own life, and no one else has the power to dictate your worth or your choices. Of course, breaking free from external influences isn't always easy. It requires courage and determination to swim against the tide of societal expectations and peer pressure. But the rewards are immense. When you stop seeking validation from others and start living in alignment with your true self, you experience a profound sense of freedom and fulfillment. So how do you begin to overcome external influences and reclaim your power? Start by examining the areas of your life where you feel most influenced or controlled by others. Is it in your relationships, your career, or your personal beliefs? Once you've identified these areas, ask yourself why you're allowing external factors to dictate your decisions. Next, challenge those beliefs and assumptions. Are they truly serving you, or are they holding you back from living authentically? Remember, just because something is expected of you doesn't mean it's right for you. Trust your inner wisdom to guide you towards what truly resonates with your heart and soul. It's also important to surround yourself with supportive people who encourage and uplift you. Seek out friends, mentors, and communities who celebrate your uniqueness and empower you to be yourself. And remember, it's okay to set boundaries and say no to things that don't align with your values or priorities. As you continue on your journey of self-discovery and empowerment, keep in mind that it's a process. You may encounter setbacks and challenges along the way, but each obstacle is an opportunity for growth and learning. Stay true to yourself, trust in your own inner wisdom, and never underestimate the power that lies within you. Lesson number 9. Cultivating resilience and inner fortitude. In a world where challenges lurk around every corner, cultivating resilience and inner fortitude becomes paramount. Imagine yourself as a mighty tree, firmly rooted in the ground, yet flexible enough to sway with the strongest winds. This resilience is not about avoiding hardships, but rather about facing them head-on with courage and strength. Think about the lotus flower, which emerges from muddy waters but blossoms into breathtaking beauty. Similarly, you have the power to transform adversity into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. It's all about shifting your perspective and embracing life's inevitable ups and downs. Resilience is not a trait reserved for the chosen few. It's a skill that can be developed and honed over time. Just as a muscle grows stronger with exercise, your resilience muscles can be strengthened through practice and perseverance. It's about building a solid foundation within yourself, one that can weather any storm that comes your way. But how do you cultivate resilience in the face of adversity? It starts with self-awareness and self-care. Take the time to understand your strengths and weaknesses and learn to treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Nurture your body, mind, and spirit through healthy habits such as exercise, meditation, and meaningful connections with others. Another essential aspect of resilience is embracing change and uncertainty. Instead of resisting the inevitable fluctuations of life, learn to adapt and flow with the currents. Remember, the only constant in life is change, and the sooner you accept this truth, the easier it becomes to navigate life's twists and turns. Resilience also requires cultivating a positive mindset. Instead of dwelling on past failures or worrying about future obstacles, focus on the present moment and the opportunities it holds. Practice gratitude daily, acknowledging the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. Moreover, resilience is not just about bouncing back from setbacks, but also about growing through them. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for personal evolution and self-improvement. Embrace the lessons learned from adversity and use them to fuel your growth journey. Furthermore, surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, and mentors who uplift and inspire you. Lean on them during tough times and be there for them in return. Remember, you don't have to face life's challenges alone. Strength comes from unity and solidarity. In addition, cultivating resilience means letting go of perfectionism and embracing vulnerability. Accept that you're human and that it's okay to make mistakes or ask for help. Vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to your courage and authenticity. Lastly, maintain a sense of perspective and humor, even in the darkest of times. Life is too short to take too seriously, so laugh often and don't be afraid to find joy amidst the chaos. Lesson number 10. Living authentically and confidently. Embracing your authenticity is like unlocking the door to a world of boundless freedom and confidence. Imagine a life where you no longer feel the need to conform to societal expectations or please others at the expense of your own happiness. Instead, you stand tall in your truth, radiating a magnetic aura that draws positivity and respect. Authentic living isn't about seeking approval from others. It's about honoring your values, passions, and unique quirks. When you embrace your authentic self, you give yourself permission to shine brightly, unapologetically illuminating the world with your presence. Confidence blossoms naturally from authenticity. It's the unwavering belief in your worth, capabilities, and inherent value as a human being. Picture yourself navigating life's challenges with a calm assurance, knowing that you are enough just as you are. When you live authentically, you cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and contentment. You no longer seek validation from external sources because you are rooted in self-acceptance and self-love. This inner harmony becomes your guiding light, leading you towards fulfilling relationships, meaningful work, and a sense of purpose. Authenticity isn't always easy. It requires vulnerability and courage to show up as your true self, especially in a world that often values conformity over individuality. However, the rewards far outweigh the risks. Authentic living opens doors to genuine connections, authentic experiences, and a life aligned with your deepest desires. Confidence is not about being perfect. It's about embracing your imperfections and owning them with pride. It's about recognizing that failure and setbacks are part of the journey and using them as stepping stones towards growth and self-improvement. Imagine the freedom of expressing yourself authentically without fear of judgment or rejection. When you release the need to please others and prioritize your own happiness, you reclaim your power and step into your true potential. Living authentically requires mindfulness and self-awareness. It's about tuning into your inner voice, honoring your intuition, and staying true to your values even when faced with pressure to conform. Confidence is a mindset that can be cultivated through practice and self-reflection. By challenging negative self-talk, setting boundaries, and celebrating your achievements, you can nurture a strong sense of self-assurance that radiates from within. Authenticity is magnetic. When you embody your true self without reservation, you inspire others to do the same. Your authenticity becomes a beacon of hope and empowerment, lighting the way for those who seek the courage to embrace their own uniqueness. Confidence is contagious. When you exude confidence in yourself and your abilities, you inspire those around you to believe in themselves. Your unwavering self-assurance becomes a source of strength for others, encouraging them to pursue their dreams with boldness and determination. Living authentically and confidently is a journey, not a destination. It requires constant self-reflection, growth, and a willingness to embrace change. But with each step you take towards aligning with your true self, you unlock new levels of freedom, joy, and fulfillment. Authenticity is the key to living a life of purpose and meaning. When you honor your truth and live in alignment with your values, you create a life that is rich in authenticity and depth. Your journey towards authenticity is unique to you, but know that you are never alone. In the journey of reclaiming your power, remember this: you hold the pen to your life story. You are the author, the director, and the protagonist of your own narrative. It's time to seize the reins and steer your life in the direction you desire. Throughout this series, you've delved into the depths of Buddhism and discovered invaluable insights into personal empowerment. But remember, knowledge alone is not power. It's the application of that knowledge that truly transforms lives. As you reflect on the teachings of Buddhism, remind yourself of the impermanence of all things. Change is inevitable, but it's how you respond to change that defines your journey. Embrace uncertainty as an opportunity for growth and adaptation. In the pursuit of reclaiming your power, cultivate a deep sense of self-awareness. Understand your strengths, weaknesses, desires, and fears. Embrace your authenticity and let go of the need for external validation. Your worth is inherent, not dependent on others' opinions. Practice radical self-love and compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and let go of self-judgment. Remember, you are worthy of love and acceptance, just as you are. As you navigate life's challenges, cultivate resilience. Draw strength from within and persevere in the face of adversity. Trust in your ability to overcome obstacles and emerge stronger than before. In your quest for empowerment, surround yourself with a supportive community. Seek out like-minded individuals who uplift and inspire you. Together, you can share wisdom, encouragement, and laughter along the journey. Remember, true power lies not in domination or control, but in the ability to live authentically and align with your deepest values. Embrace vulnerability as a pathway to connection and intimacy. Open your heart to love and let it guide your actions. As you conclude this journey, commit to integrating these teachings into your daily life. Embody the principles of Buddhism in your thoughts, words, and deeds. Be a beacon of light and inspiration for others on their own path to empowerment. With each step forward, celebrate your progress and acknowledge your growth. Remember, transformation is a lifelong journey, and every moment is an opportunity for renewal. As we bid farewell, know that the power you seek has always resided within you. It's time to unleash your inner strength and embrace the fullness of life's possibilities. May you walk this path with courage, compassion, and unwavering faith in yourself. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. May your life be filled with joy, abundance, and boundless empowerment. Until we meet again, continue to shine brightly and live each day with purpose and passion.